Ben Shapiro, aka Bank Sharknado, aka Bart Simpson, was at one point a powerhouse in the meme culture, well respected by us memers for giving us such memes such as "Left Wing Destroyed" and "Facts Don't Care About Your Feelings." In fact, he was so large of a force in the meme culture that he actually found himself as a guest host on PewDiePie's meme review in its heyday. So how is it possible that a man of this stature was able to be reduced over the course of just a couple years into nothing more than yet another out-of-touch boomer? Today, I aim to take a look at some of the greatest memes to come from Ben Shapiro, as well as to take a close look at what caused his decline, while simultaneously working in as many pictures of his milk truck sister as possible. I'm SumitoMedia, and you're watching Behind the Meme. You're watching Meme Review. Yesterday, I asked... it's like none of the good names are left. According to KnowYourMeme.com, Ben Shapiro is an American conservative political commentator and writer. Now, while he's been an editor for a number of different publications in the past, it seems at the moment he is currently the editor-in-chief at the Daily Wire, online hosts a podcast known as The Ben Shapiro Show, and also has his own YouTube channel where he reacts to memes appropriately enough, amongst other things. Now, Ben Shapiro first started his rise into the meme culture with the interviews that he would have with other people debating religion, political ideologies, women's rights, and a number of other things. Ben Shapiro's hyper-aggressive, high-energy, fact-driven, argumentative style left him with a notoriety for being the sort of person who was sort of like a rabid hyena attacking the other person on the other side of the argument. Not necessarily in a screaming, over-the-top Alex Jones sort of way, but because he always seemed to have facts and statistics and publications and research at the ready anytime that he needed to be cross-referenced, it was pretty tough to debate the dude when he already kind of knew his stuff, and as a result, a lot of people, even if you weren't completely into politics, would sort of rally behind this guy because he wasn't talking out of his ass the way that it felt like a lot of other people in the political landscape had been.
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout. In the name Boy Scouts.
These edited arguments, debates, and points that have shown Ben Shapiro destroying the opposition on the other side of these debates gave birth to the Left Wing Destroyed meme. Of course, the left wing on the political compass means... I don't know. As you guys know, I don't follow politics whatsoever, but my impression is that Ben Shapiro must be right-wing, and therefore he's destroying the left-wing ideologies. It, of course, comes accompanied with a number of Fallout-esque images, amongst other things, just sort of describing the style of which Ben Shapiro takes apart his opponents in a political debate. The second meme to come about from this early era of Ben Shapiro's memeage on the internet is, of course, "Facts and logic don't care about your feelings," sort of a catchphrase that was coined by Ben Shapiro in one of his debates, which to this day still kind of holds water. It doesn't really matter how you feel about something when you take a look at the facts and the logic, and if they are contradicting to how you feel about something, it doesn't really matter, now does it? Now, this is basically the entire existence of Ben Shapiro on the internet in the realm of the meme culture in its entirety before his appearance on PewDiePie's meme review, which of course was a big moment when you first take a look at it. You would think this would be the height of Ben Shapiro's career as far as being a meme online goes, but when you actually take a look at his existence on this, him taking a look at memes, it actually doesn't seem like that much of a high point whatsoever. It actually already kind of feels like Ben Shapiro's a bit out of touch with internet culture. Not that he ever claimed to be in the first place, but this already starts to feel like the decline of the empire that is Ben Shapiro memes.
Do the stanky leg. Left wing destroyed. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what the reference is. I don't know what a stanky leg is. I don't even know what's going on. I've got nothing. Next meme. Okay, this is epic. This is taken from one of my tweets a long time ago about something President Trump did. People always take that, okay, this is epic, and they use it for various other things. And it's a picture of Stewie Griffin with Peter Griffin's head and Lois Griffin's hair from Yahoo News. I will admit that a merger of those characters would indeed be epic.
The merger of those characters would be epic? This isn't some logical thing that you can take apart piece by piece and then use in your arguments and political debates, Ben Shapiro. What are you doing? It's just a meme. You look at it, you laugh, you hate yourself a little bit, and then you share it on Twitter. That's it. And while I didn't initially think this, when I first watched this video a couple years ago, I was like, oh my goodness, Ben Shapiro, this mainstream political figurehead, is looking at memes. He's so relatable. But now looking back at this thing, it's like, Ben Shapiro, do you even know what you're doing? And it's this point that I would start to call the decline of Ben Shapiro. A lot of people had criticism of this because Ben Shapiro is a political figure. What is PewDiePie doing bringing him onto his show? You know, they had the same issue when Joe Rogan brought on Bernie Sanders. It was like, guys, don't bring political people onto your platform. But if it's for a conversation or for a joke, it should be all right, you would imagine. But in this case, I think as this video goes on, you'll see clearly that at this point, people started to see past the facade of intelligence and perfect pseudo-logic that Ben Shapiro had been riding on for all these years. Now, while at this point Ben Shapiro hadn't done anything explicitly wrong towards the meme culture or the internet in general, you can only spend so much time in the spotlight before it becomes popular to hate the person who has become popular. Now, initially, it started out relatively simply with people making fun of some of the more, less factual facts that Ben Shapiro had continued to spew about in his debates with the same confidence he always did. But on a particular argument that he was making about rising water levels, he made a specific point that didn't really hold much water in and of itself. And upon this beautiful takedown that we will see here in meme form, we start to see the crumbling of the foundation that is Ben Shapiro's memehood.
So let's say, for the sake of argument, that all of the water levels around the world rise by let's say 5 feet over the next 100 years, say 10 feet by the next 100 years, and it puts all the low-lying areas on the coast underwater, right? Which, let's say all of that happens. You think that people aren't going to just sell their homes and move?
Just one small problem. Sell their houses to who, Ben? Fucking Aquaman!
Ooh. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know whether it is taking this 5-head, big-brain political figurehead and bringing him down to everybody else's level, or if it's the British pronunciation of the word Aquaman that does it for me. But man, is this a spicy meme. I don't know if this is the first meme that began the downfall or the popularization of dunking on Ben Shapiro in this manner. I don't know if it is, but it's the first meme that I saw, and this is from a relatively old speech that he gave at a university, so I think it is. But it is from this point that shitting on Ben Shapiro has just become the mainstream thing to do. And it only makes sense from this point on to take a look at all the funny memes that we can dunking on poor old 5'5" Ben Shapiro. It's at this point that Ben Shapiro began to succumb to what I'm calling the Neil deGrasse Tyson effect. A person who was seen to have such a high intelligence that at the point that they say things that are technically true, it's kind of like, what are you, stupid? Like, this isn't some complicated mathematical theory that you're breaking down for us normal folks. You're just saying regular shit at this point. Wakanda isn't real? Thank you, highly educated, political, guiding light Ben Shapiro, for bringing that to our attention. And it's with more and more events like this that people became much more in tune with the fact that Ben Shapiro might just be playing up his ability to talk with facts and logic to the point where satirizing the sort of cliche mannerisms that he had in his political debates became a topic of memeability on the internet.
Let's say you've been a bad girl. Let's say, hypothetically, you've been a naughty girl even. Okay. And if you were a naughty girl, you would also be my dirty little slut, right? Then, hypothetically speaking, you would be my little cum slut. Now, let's say that you're also daddy's girl. Now that we've established that you're both a bad girl and daddy's girl, then I believe you'd agree with me when I say that you deserve a spanking. Am I not correct?
Now, if you're under the impression that Ben Shapiro roleplay fantasies were the least sexy thing and the most out-of-touch take you could possibly have on the internet, you haven't even made it through the video yet, my guy. You haven't seen Ben Shapiro use facts and logic to break down a Cardi B song. Ben Shapiro decided in his infinite wisdom that it was a good idea for him to react to the new Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion hit, WAP, which stands for, in his words, wet ass P-word. The 35-year-old married adult is a little bit scared of female genitalia, or at least saying the word, but I think as you'll see his analysis goes on, not only has he never seen a vagina in his life, but it's starting to make me wonder if he even knows how they work.
I said certified freak 7 days a week. Wet ass P-word. Make that pullout game weak. My first concern is that these women are describing a serious gynecological condition. And, I'm serious, that these women are suffering from some sort of serious, a bucket and a mop? This sounds like there's something that is going on here that is not biologically normal.
It's like he makes it too easy. Why? With 1,600,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, would you hop on to a hip-hop reaction video and decide to say, hey guys, it's not normal for women's vaginas to be wet. I've never seen women's vagina wet, therefore it's not normal. It makes it too easy, Ben Shapiro. Not only have people dug up an old tweet where he said him and his wife both agree that there is more to marriage than sexual satisfaction, which is true, but why ignore it altogether? But Lord have mercy, Ben Shapiro and his fear of wet vaginas has just taken over the internet by storm. Now, I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not going to be the one to make the comparisons that Ben Shapiro's sister looks exactly like he does with a fat rack, okay? I'm not going to do that because YouTube's new guidelines say that you can't make videos making fun of someone's physical traits. That'd be stupid. So I'm not going to tell you to stare at Abigail Shapiro's tits. I'm not going to tell you to go look up her nudes, which may or may not exist online. All I want to direct your attention to is what might be the most perfectly worded tweet I have ever bumped to in my life, which is, yo, Ben Shapiro, your sister is a milk truck. I just can't read without a Jersey accent. Hey, yo, Ben Shapiro, your sister, she's a milk truck. All right, that's enough out of me. If you guys have more spicy Ben Shapiro memes, please tweet them at me. Send them to me on Instagram. Dump them in the subreddit, whatever. I don't care. Find them, locate them, send them to me. I will catch you guys in next week's video. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.